Leave you laid out on the floor, try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more, claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-Side official, you already know. No negotiation needed. Man, I want to give a salute to Raymond Ford, man. What a hell of a fight. This is fights we need, but unfortunately, fights like this come out of the blue. This fight was a sleeper. We didn't think it would be this exciting, but man, this is fight of the year. Hands down, point blank, period. And we only in March. Man, when you want to talk about the thrill of boxing, right? In a competitive 50-50 fight. A competitive 50-50 fight where the belt is vacant. And you have two fighters, two contenders at 126 pounds. I'm talking about no shenanigans, straight to the point. Great boxing from both fighters, man. Great boxing. You know what I'm saying? One fighter, Kholmatov, chose to fight off the back foot, and then, forward pressure, back foot, come to find out he had a bad knee, but he was switching it up on Ford. Ford chose to come forward. He was much more poised, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He didn't exert extra energy. When he landed his punch exchanges, he made sure that was what he wanted to throw. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just up there swinging for the fences every time that Kholmatov got close to him. He put his combinations together real nice, man, to the body. Both fighters was basically committing to body attacks. I loved it, man. Both fighters was committing to the body. You had to be in shape for this fight. You know what I'm saying? Raymond Ford said his legs weren't quite there because he had a tough weight cut. Shit. Listen, it wasn't too many times during the fight where I say this man visibly looked exhausted or fatigued. You couldn't really tell. But I gotta give Kholmatov his salute too. I mean, the activity that he was putting on, the pressure with the punch activity, the punches and bunches, his punch count, and so forth. A lot of them are bouncing off the gloves. You got to credit that the Raymond Ford's high guard defense. And both fighters, man, came to fight. I'm talking about action, satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? It ain't over till it's over. You know, and just when you think Raymond Ford is coming on, you know, then Kholmatov take back the momentum, and then you know, Ford has his moments, and he get back into the driver's seat with the momentum. It was a back and forth exchange like no other. This is what you want to see in between that, you know, four corner battlefield. You want to see that in the quadrant, man. This was an unbelievable sleeper. Who would have thought Ford would get the knockout? Ford came in here with 7 knockouts, dog. Kholmatov had more knockouts than Ford, and Ford broke him down through composure, listen to his corner, and basically stand the course, picking his shots effectively. I mean, I'm talking about this was a tough fight, bro. This was a tough fight for both fighters. I don't want to say it took something off them because it's still in the moment. Ford hasn't even really started to celebrate his championship win. But this fight right here had so many back and forth, you know what I'm saying, frames that you can put in the memory books. It was incredible. This is a fight that I can turn back and watch again because it has that moment, man, that climactic moment that you only see in the movies when you see a fighter and when you see two fighters landing punches the way Kholmatov and Ford was landing punches, and the ebbs and flows, the back and forth between two fighters. And listen, they was landing some hard shots, man. They was landing some hard shots. At one point in time, Ford went back against the ropes. Another time, freaking Kholmatov went back against the ropes. I don't believe in those unofficial scorecards, especially when certain people are over there in charge of the unofficial scorecards. I just don't believe that you can get some accuracy out of it. But this fight was unbelievable, man. This fight was unfreaking believable. I loved every round of this fight. Not the fact that they was both willing participants. I'm talking about in a highly contested, vacant featherweight championship. But how technically sound both fighters were in the fight. You had a long, rangier Kholmatov. You had a more short, compact Raymond Ford, who, you know, it seems like early on he was letting go with some of his shots. They was just off the mark. But as he closed the distance and Kholmatov began to become fatigued a little bit, he was able to land some of those shots. You know what I'm saying? It's tough moving around the ring like that. It's tough. But when Kholmatov chose to stand right there in front of Ford, it seems like he had success because he was going to the body. You know, the body don't move. But then I have to credit Ford for executing those uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? Something that you don't see too often. You know what I'm saying? That many uppercuts in a fight. I'm curious to know how many uppercuts he actually threw. But he was throwing them uppercuts, man. And then another thing I seen from Ford, when he used his jab, when he was within range, oh man, that jab was stiff. You know what I'm saying? Stinging jab, bro. What y'all think about the fight, man? Let me get to the chat. Big shout out to the hottest chat in the game. Dan on deck, I see you. Charles on deck, what's good? The GOAT Big Bumps of Boxing on deck. Yeah, man, that fight was amazing. And I remember looking at the odds. It was like to get a knockout in the 12th round was like plus 3,300 or something. Shit. That's good shit, man. That's good shit. Congratulations. I mean, that was a fight to make the money off of, though, because you didn't know who was gonna win. That was a fight to make the money. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Captain Chaos, man, for that super chat in the Cash App the other day. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. Is Eddie Hearn becoming the man in boxing because he let his guy Ford go to the top rank to get that title? Man, talk to him. Wild dog on deck. Wild dog on deck. Hey, talk to him now. All these other people talking about, you know, one side of the street, this can't happen, that can't happen. Well, we see the cross. We seen a cross promotion. We seen a cross promotion. They got the job done. Epic fight of the year, hand down. Troy Isaac had a good fight too now, but I got to give this to Savage. I got to give the Kholmatov fight of the year, no doubt about it. All the way to look down to the tick of the seconds, man. Come on, bro. It don't get any better than this. The suspense. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the fighter start to break down. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, Ford lands the shot and finally gets some visible signs from Kholmatov that he's hurt. Kholmatov tried to retreat. Ford, it's something that's wild that I've seen from him. His accuracy while he's running forward, throwing shots, are very freaking on target, man. And when he hit that dude, man, Kholmatov, he was already hurt, went into the ropes. I say, there it is. There it is. And man, he turned his back. And I was looking at the clock, looking at the ref, looking at the clock, looking at the ref. I say, damn, somebody got paid, man. Somebody got paid. Somebody definitely got paid. Yeah, man. Shout out to NYT on deck. Say, yo, great fight. What up? It was, man. Amazing fight. You look at fights like this, man, we basically fantasize about fights like this in boxing. You know, this was a sleeper, boy. See, that's what I'm talking about. This was a sleeper. This fight was a sleeper, man. This fight was a sleeper. The main event. How many main events you see like this, man? I mean, both fighters was competitive. Crawford Spence wasn't this competitive. Real talk, it wasn't this competitive. This was a 50-50 fight where both fighters were considered to be equal per the skill set that they possess. Fighting for a vacant title. Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I felt so happy for Raymond Ford like he was my own son. You know what I'm saying? How emotional he was sitting down in the corner, right? In the 10th, 11th, and 12th round, the instructions that his corner was giving him. You know, his corner had confidence in him. Ford had confidence in himself. You know, he talking about letting the dog out. To me, he was fighting with the dog in him the whole time. So was Kholmatov. But Ford had more dog. He looked like he was the more better conditioned fight. And then I heard Timothy Bradley say, you know, Kholmatov had this freaking knee problem or something like that. But anyway, that's not an excuse. Kholmatov got beat up. And he the one, it was all about attrition tonight. He was the one that was the last man standing, Raymond Ford. You know, congratulate to him, the new WBA featherweight world champion, man. You know what I'm saying? 253, y'all. Imagine that it's 3 minutes in a round at 253 in round 12. 253 in the final seconds of the fight, y'all. Look, the final second. It was only 7 seconds left. Oh my God, dog. That's crazy. That's crazy. This was like Rocky and Creed movie. Yeah, man, it was like Rocky and Creed, man. Yeah, man. This is crazy. This is what we want in boxing. You know, these wasn't considered like two big names, two big, huge stars. But man, they performed like they were. Real talk. I ain't gonna lie. They performed like they were, man. Man, I'm happy as shit for Raymond Ford. I seen the cat in person before. You know what I'm saying? I think I maybe did an interview or two with Raymond Ford back in the day. Man, I'm so happy for this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he fought his ass off, man. He fought his ass off. Real talk. Raymond Ford fought his ass off tonight, man. Against a game opponent. And he ended up getting with 7 seconds left, bro. 7 seconds. He pulled it out. Top Rank won the bid, so he had to run over there to fight. Thank God he did it, though. Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, they was going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? They was going back and forth. Having little, you know, people getting on Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn made that bet, man. Eddie got paid, too. Eddie said his fighter was going to win. and people was going in on him. You know what I'm saying? I think even Rick Glaser took a hit on this one. Real talk. Let me check this out. Even Rick Glaser took a hit on this one. Real talk. Rick Glaser took a hit on this. Let me see where I'm at with it. Eddie Hearn say, just make the check payable to Sir Raymond Ford, WBA champ. Carl Moretti say the fight would go as well as the purse bid did for you. So he was going at Carl Moretti. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn say touchdown in Verona, New York for 12 hours to see Ray Savage 856. You know what I'm saying? Become world champ. Mark Kriegel, quick fix for boxing. Everyone takes their fights and fight their fights like featherweight's title. Double hitter G is talking. But yeah, Eddie Hearns was going back and forth with Carl Moretti. And obviously somebody got to come out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to come out the pocket. It ain't Eddie Hearn tonight. Now this is one of those special, you know, these special times in boxing where the fight itself went above and beyond the expected hype. It wasn't nobody expecting this fight to turn out the way it did. You know, nobody was expecting a thriller like this, but it happened. It happened, man. Like you're talking about this year being under such a thick, dense cloud, thunder and lightning, hail. Man, this year for boxing has been terrible. And just to get a pick-me-up fight like this, a championship fight, at the featherweight division for a vacant title, dude, you can't ask for anything more. You can't ask for a vacant title fight. No shenanigans, man. Remember I said no shenanigans. We didn't see no shenanigans tonight. We saw straight to the point, round for round for round boxing. Boxing. Both fighters displaying the sweet signs to their depth of boxing IQ. No shenanigans. No one fighter sweeping on the outside, not doing anything, crowd booing. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Nobody can say Raymond Ford is not afraid to take risk. This dude was behind in the fight. He probably knew it. And he kept on trucking, kept on stepping, marching forward. You know what I'm saying? Letting his hands go. And look, even when he was getting to the final round, and he felt like he had hurt him. I think it was one time he hurt him before the stoppage. He was still ripping to the body. Still ripping to the body, man. That's discipline right there. That's discipline. I ain't gonna lie. I have to also apologize to Raymond. I kind of underestimated. You know, you going into this fight. I did, man. I'm gonna be a man about it. I underestimated you performing the way you did in this fight. But on the other side, on the lighter side, on a more brighter side than that, Raymond, I commend you. I salute you for your title win. No doubt about it, bro. You did your thing. You did your thing. Real talk. Can't lie. You know, he did his thing. Close round, had Ford up the whole fight. Andrew, you better stop it. You better stop that shenanigans. I just said there was no shenanigans. You were talking about you had Ford up the whole fight. You better stop the shenanigans, dog. You better stop the shenanigans. Ain't no way Ford was up the whole fight. You trying to say Ford won every round. Stop the shenanigans, man. Come on, man. Come on, Andrew. You better than that, dog. Rick taking a lot of hits. Rumor has it Canelo slide back to the PBC. I'm not even really trying to hear anything about Canelo. This is a Raymond Ford moment. I will talk about it at the end. I don't want to hear nothing about Canelo unless he's fighting Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He the one want to go around, leave, and let everybody talk about him ducking this, that, and the other. Man, fight David Benavidez. If you don't want to fight Crawford, fight Benavidez. But man, I got to give Raymond Ford his moment. He did what he's supposed to do. We just can't just smooth over this and only give him 5 minutes. Man, this was a hell of a fight. A hell of a fight, dog. You made me proud, black man. You made me proud, Raymond. Because you was a savage tonight. You know what I'm saying? You was a savage, big dog. You brought that spark back to boxing. You know what I'm saying? You brought the spark back to boxing in 2024. We needed this fight, man. Even though we couldn't sit up here and predict that it was going to be a firefight, we end up seeing it play out right in front of us. And some element of surprise is the pressure element of surprise. Seeing everything materialize in front of us. Oh man, it was great. It was great. You can't say anything less, man. You know, both fighters, landed their punches, had each other's in their crosshairs the whole fight. It's just Raymond, attrition wise, he had the dog in him in the final rounds, and he understood that it was a sense of what? Urgency. Go get it. Man, you talking about adrenaline. His left eye was damn near closed shut. Like somebody said early in it, this was a rocky moment, man. This was a rocky moment. I thought Ford was getting the better of exchanges, close rounds. Yeah, a lot of those punches that Kholmatov was throwing was bouncing off the gloves, but a lot of them were landing too now. A lot of them was landing too, especially you can't say he wasn't ripping to the body. Body shots count. I don't know what's the grading scale as far as body shots comparable to headshots, jabs and so forth. You take that trio, I don't know what the judges are looking for because all of them grade differently. You know what I'm saying? Those judges are all grade differently. But I can tell you the jab, Kholmatov jab, was really finding his mark, whether it was to the body and up top. Savage, when he did throw his jab, it was on the move and he was accurate. He was freaking accurate, man. And something told me Kholmatov may begin to fatigue a little bit later in the fight because he was loading up. I mean, really heavy with his power hand. I mean, he was loading up heavy. He was trying to knock Raymond's head off with that left hand. He was trying his best, and that takes a lot of freaking energy to continue to throw that left hand like that. I said, if he continues to do that past the midway part of the fight, he's going to tire, man. That takes a lot of energy. No doubt, salute Raymond Ford, and New Jersey native like myself, stand up. Yeah, man, shout out to New Jersey, man. I know they lit. You know what I'm saying? I know they turned up. I know they getting right over there. I know Raymond's going to get right. You know what I'm saying? His eye going to be closed shut, but he going to have that title in his possession, dog. Salute to you, man. You was a warrior tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? I was happy to be able to see this. You know what I'm saying? See this fight in my life. This was a memorable fight, man. And it wasn't like it was two of the pound for pound best or any of that. These was just two fighters contending for a world championship. Point blank, D hands down fight of the year right now. Fight of the year down to the wire, 7 seconds remaining. God is good. That lucky number 7, goddammit. I was rooting for Ford, but he didn't win every round. No, he didn't win. Andrew might be, just coming in from the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? He may have been down there drinking on those very top shelf, Long Island's, for real. He might have been sipping on some top shelf. Real talk. The Long Island's that you have to finance. How about Troy Isaac? He was throwing some nice punches, very methodical. Yeah, I mentioned that. The Transformer did his thing, yo. No doubt about it. The Transformer look amazing, man, since going over there to B&B. What? Did you see how he's now? Where his punch placement is? How he's seeing everything? How his defense? How smooth he looking there? Like he's comfortable. In his other fights, it seems like he was just going off his opponent's pace. Like he was just, throwing power shots when he didn't need to throw power shots. You know what I'm saying? He was responding. If his opponent throws some power shots, he would throw power shots. If his opponent was jabbing, he looked so smooth and calm and relaxed in there today. And the way he was setting up his shots and everything, I say, man, he gonna get old boy up out of here. He's definitely changed, man, from being over there at B&B. Man, shout out to B&B over there in Omaha, I swear. Man, they got some fighters over there, man. Even Jojo Diaz. Not Jojo Diaz, man. My fault, Cashflow. Cashflow Diaz, man. My fault, brother. You know what I'm saying? My apologies. Blame it on my age. But Cashflow Diaz, you know what I'm saying? He got the victory tonight. Transformer got the victory tonight. And he continues to improve, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I had a 9-3 forward. Okay, I get it. I get it what you had it for and what reality said. You know what I'm saying? I had it just the opposite. I had it much different than that. But I'm not even going to get into the numbers except the one that's on the screen. You know what I'm saying? 2 minutes and 53 seconds into round 12 with 7 seconds remaining. The fight is stopped. And Raymond Ford becomes world champion. Epic. Epic, y'all. This was epic. Well, we're not waiting for a fight like this. We're busy focusing on things that's not even giving us what we want. But yet, who saw this coming? We just know it was a boxing card today. But we didn't know the main event was going to explode. We didn't know it was going to be a freaking all-out war fireworks. A warfare expedition in there. We didn't know we was getting into this. It was a warfare expedition, bro. Guns a-blazing. Both fighters knew their tactical assignment. They had to go in there and execute and see who can be the last man standing. And that was Raymond Ford out of New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Raymond Ford, man. You absolutely, went in there and did everything above and beyond of what was required of you. You know what I'm saying? When it was time for you to dig deep, instead of letting the moment slip away, you still was on the attack. You showed that you that warrior, for real. He showed that warrior spirit. He showed his tenacity, his grit. You know what I'm saying? He showed that he wasn't afraid to take a risk or take punches. He showed he had good conditioning. He didn't shy away just because, Kholmatov landed a shot, several, power shots on him. He didn't shy away from continuing to get within his comfort space and land those shots, man. He didn't digress. Sometimes he put his back up against the ropes, but he weathered the storm, man. He continued to fight. And I'm happy for the kid. Real talk. I'm happy for Raymond. Shout out to him and his team, man. Awesome. Awesome. I ain't gonna lie. But also I have to give a shout out to the Troy Isley. His second fight with B&B. He looks spectacular, man. He's up here getting stoppages the right way. He's letting his work bring the stoppages to him. And he's just zipping them up. He's just putting them in an envelope and shipping them off. That's what Troy Isley doing. Now he looks like what people knew he could be. Like, it wasn't like he wasn't fighting before, but now he looks more in control of what he wants to do in the ring. Before, it just seems like he was going in there boxing, fighting a little bit, and being tough, fighting as a tough brawler, so to speak. Now he looks like the Transformer. He look like he understands what he's doing, when to do it, why he's doing it, what to do. I'm happy for him, man. Real talk. But I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. You already know it's Sunday, and some of y'all got to go to church in about 9 hours. Well, 8 hours, depending on where you at. I just like finally to him and Shane. Yes, he did, man. No doubt about it. Now, I need to know if my boy Shakur can weather the storm, test that chin. I would like to see a Shakur Stevenson in a fight like Raymond Ford. You know, I would just like to see it because Raymond showed me he is a very precise puncher. On the back foot, front foot, on the run. He has accuracy, man. He may have some short arms, but he has accuracy. And damn it, you know, this was an exciting fight, man. This was an exciting fight. But for Shakur to be in a fight like that, Shakur's mentality at 3 divisions in, he's going to do everything not to be in a fight like that. That's just him. He feels that if I can get the job done and get the title and take less punishment, I'd be more healthier on the back end of my life than fighters who took all this punishment while they was actively licensed as a fighter. So I don't think Shakur would just go out there and prove to the people that he can make a fight difficult when he knows how to box. And I don't blame him. For real, I don't blame him. Fight the way you fight, man. Boxing don't have no retirement plan. And that's my mentality. Yeah, it might be boring, but boxing don't have a retirement plan, bro. That's all I'm saying. But hey, y'all, shout out to the hottest chat in the game. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. All right. Thank you for supporting the channel. Till next time.